Today is Tuesday, June 21st. I want to take a look at something completely different, as Monty Python might say, and just stay away from Brexit because, tell you the truth, it's getting really crowded in the news. This is the gambling sector, the Dow Jones U.S. Gambling or Gaming Sector Index. And you can see 2014 peak through the beginning of this year, a huge downtrend, broken to the upside, above its averages, and now in some sort of sideways range. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is what happened yesterday. And you can see that it had a pretty big sell-off intraday after starting strong. So is this a failure at resistance? There is resistance up here. Is it a failure? Is it a start of something a little bit more sinister? Let's put a trend line in just to see. And so far, no break. Nothing of importance right now, excuse me. So let's take a look at some of the individual stocks within. And your culprit, of course, Las Vegas Sands, one of the biggest, or if not the biggest stock in the group. Very bad day yesterday. Falling, it's below its moving averages, unlike, let's go back to the group for a second, unlike the group as a whole, which is above its 50 and 200-day averages. So Las Vegas Sands not looking too healthy. You can see it did break its own downtrend, but not following through at all. Another big stock is Wynn. This looks a little bit better. It's closer to its highs, outperforming the market down here with price relative. On balance volume, at least really not saying it's not a good stock. But again, look at that reversal. That is a key outside day reversal to the downside. If it does follow through lower today or tomorrow, well, that would be obviously a pretty bad sign. But again, this trend line here not broken yet. MGM. And this one is well above its averages. And it's above this resistance level here. Let's zoom out again. So this one is one of the better stocks in the group. Price relative looks good. On balance volume rising as it should. So this is one of the better ones in the group. Again, an outside day reversal to the downside without a trend break. Muddy waters. Here's Melcro, Crown Entertainment. This one's in a downtrend. You can see below its moving averages with an outside day reversal to the downside. This is a pretty weak stock, and I would expect this one to continue lower. Scientific Games, right at its averages. Pull out a little bit. I would consider this to be in a trading range. Did not do a reversal to the downside yesterday, although it closed well off of its intraday high. And finally, a stock that I think is probably one of the best or better ones in the group. This is Caesars, outperforming the market the last couple of months. Money flowing in above its averages. And again, this one looks more like a rounded bottom to me. And I think that you need to really wait. You really need to wait until it breaks this level here. Oops, that's my fault. Let me fix that. I'll just throw a horizontal line in there. So you can see you got resistance here. I think that if this one can break the level around 10, that'd be a pretty hot stock going forward. Now that's a pretty big percentage move from where it is now in the low 8s to 10. So a lot of high risk on this one. So let's just summarize what's going on in gaming. Big outside day reversals yesterday in a lot of the big names. Some of these stocks are above their averages, some are below. Obviously the ones above their averages are in better shape. But I would worry about these bearish reversals. With or without whatever happens with the Fed and Brexit this week, you can bet that a lot of this has to do with what's going on in China, Macau, and places like that. I'll leave it to you to check out the news. But the chart patterns look a little more ominous to me. Even though some of them are in rising trends, overall I think the sector is a little bit ominous.